as a diamond, where should your advantage be in this game?
In the middle. On the wing.
Now, I've had every position in the world there. At the back, in the middle, in the up front, wide. Now, if we think where you should be able to overload, it's the mid one. The middle player, that front player should cause havoc for the two defenders. Because there's no natural person picking them up. There's always that indecision. If me and Jimmy are the two at the back and you've got Pilly coming here, am I going tight? Is he coming tight? So think about what we talk about in football. Knowing they talk about lines, it's got 3 lines. You've got 1 here, 2, 3. Whereas, if you go and set up as your box, you've got 2 layers. So actually, you guys, yellows, it should be easier for you to stretch it wide, stretch it long. But what's really hard is, if you drop in, everything becomes congested. Now, for you guys, what's the advantage of this box? What does it do to the space? Does it? Or they can restrict space easy. And they can restrict what space easy? Look at the pitch now. The middle of the pitch. If you think now, if the ball's with Jimmy there, and Leon comes in, go on, Leon. Good, freeze. They can restrict the middle of the pitch. Because they're in this box shape. Now, as long as Swanner stays high, he creates that indecision for these two. And then who should that free up? Yeah, one of the wingers. So if suddenly H goes and plays high, go on H, go and play high. Good, freeze. Pilly, what problem does that give you? Yeah, where am I going? Where am I going? Suddenly then, if you go higher, exactly. Suddenly now he's thinking, where do I go? So it restricts the middle of the pitch, but they become a real problem to us. Because if suddenly now Leon goes, all right, then I'll go there, what are you going to do? Dribble through the middle. So they've got the advantage of having this cover and protection around the middle of the pitch. But because these have got this 3 layers, 1, 2 wide players stretching high, it creates a real problem for them. However, here's what I'm going to ask you 4 to do now. You 4, you're going to play in a block. You're going to just defend your own half. Okay, so you're not going to press the ball until it gets in your half. They can attack. As soon as you get it, bang, you transition, you go. But when the yellows have got the ball, drop into your box and see what happens. So if they sit in a block, how are you going to break it? Good, yeah. Free kick. Free kick. Grab the ball. Fishy, drop off. Fishy, drop off. Drop off to where Noah is. Drop off to where Noah is. Go on then. Yeah. Play from the centre. Play from the centre. Maybe you're playing in that block, Leon. That box. Unlucky. Play on. Save. Oh. From the centre again. There you go. In your block. In your block. Good. Yes, Pilly. Well done. Now what do you switch on and do? What do you switch on and do? Yes, Wanners, you're going to be the issue for them. Now they don't know who to pick up because your movement. Yeah, good. Nice. Yeah, you're right. Now you're in. Now you're in. They're in your half. There you go. Back into your block. We're going to switch the roles now. Pinks, you're playing diamond. Yellows, you're playing half court block here as a box, as a 4 box.
When we win it, can we go and
oh yeah, when you win it, you're off. Good, then you can break. Now you're back into your block. Now you're back into your block. Good, HE. Good, back into your 2-2. Theo, how are you going to affect him? Yeah, now you're affecting him. Good, now where are you going to go? Good, yeah. Nice. Oh, Tommy. Unlucky using your left foot. Excellent using your left foot, young man. Jimmy, left foot, brilliant you. Where are you getting to? Where are you getting to, Fred? Play on, play on. Still playing the game. Penalty. Makers, takers. 2 steps. 2 steps. On my whistle. Has to. Good save. Play on. There you go. Play from your keeper. Into your box. Into your box, Swanners. Into your box, Freddie. Freddie, into your box. Good. Well done, Jimmy. Well done, Jimmy. Nice, Leon. Brilliant, Jimmy. Jimmy, love it. Keeper's ball. Maybe you can go all the way home if you need to. Yeah, what a finish! From the centre. What a finish on the run with your toe, young man. Excellent. So tell me, what did a low block in that box allow the defensive team to do? Okay, so when they won the ball, and Yellows managed to do that really well, when they won it, they could counter. What else? Think about more of the defensive stuff then. Block space off. Was there ever really a time any of you four, when you was in that low block there, Yellows, picked up a man?
Like
Jimmy maybe once, when he pinched.
No.
But a lot of the time you were sat in space. Pinks, what were you trying to do as they were sat in that block? Okay, they were trying to... Brilliant, brilliant. They were trying to run to break it up. So you made one run from left all the way across the bottom to the right. Then suddenly, as that happened, Pilly then drops deep. Now, would you say that sitting in that low block's a patient or an aggressive way of defending? Okay, tell me about both.
Because once you've won the ball, you're aggressive.
So, okay, so when you won the ball, you're aggressive because it's a counter-attack, and counter-attacks are fast, aren't they? Okay.
When you're sitting in a block, you're waiting for the ball.
Okay. So when you sat there, it's patient. You're waiting. And H actually said to me, can I go and press if they play a square, slow pass? I said, no, you need to stay in your half. But what he asked was exactly it, waiting for that time. Now, what's needed for that is patience. Because if I'm just step out by myself and it's not the right time, and I step out of that block, what have I given the Pinks chance to use? Space. So that block requires a team to work together. Now, sitting in that block requires patience, and it also requires something which he probably did the best out of everybody on the pitch. And what was you doing all the time? Scanning. Talking. Pointing. Yes. HE in here. Freddie, he's your man. Because he could see the picture, because he was at the furthest line, he was talking and telling people who to pick up. Now, by doing that, they didn't have to do a lot of defending. They were waiting for the Pinks to make that mistake or give a loose pass, pinch it and go. So learning about different tactical things in the game is really important. Did anybody watch that PSG game last night? In the first half, you saw it. You see the first half? In the first half, what did PSG do to Villa? How did they get all their joy?
Make them sit. Like let them make the mistake and then counter-attack.
They counter-attack. They would just launch counter-attacks and they attacked the space in behind. So what could Villa have done in-game to stop that?
Don't give them the ball away.
That's great, and we all love to try and not give the ball away, but there are going to be times when you do.
Keep it simple.
Drop off. Suddenly, if they dropped off, would there have been the space in behind for them to run into? No. But if they drop off, they're then not pressing the ball, and they might not win the ball high up the pitch. So whenever we're doing these tactical things, it's understanding what's the reward for each tactic, but what's also the thing that it's weakness. So that low block is that we're not going to win the ball high up the pitch because we're sitting in our low block. But the advantage is we can rest. There's no space in behind us. Now we're going to go back to diamonds, and it's full press. You go and press the life out of everybody. Okay, the thing which you'd normally do. What's the disadvantage with that low? What happens if you go to press the low? Oh, one sec, tell me about that.
Like if a defender steps out and then the like attackers who are pressing, it'll be like a 4v1.
Okay, so there's chances to get caught out. So if you go to press and they get past one person, they're in. Boys, I want you to come and sit on this bench. You're going to watch this last 3-minute game. They're going full press, diamond. Tell me what you think. Let's go. Freeze. Would that pass have happened if we were sat in a low block? No, so there's the advantage of being that low block. He can't play through us. But if we'd have won the ball high up the pitch, we could have scored straight away. Off you go, play.
Theo, higher. Come on, higher.
Good, there you go, run off him.
Come on, that's it. So Theo, play.
So have you seen twice there? He had one pass that went through. The other one there, they nearly broke through with 2 clever passes. Yes.
Good movement, a little double team.
Not so sure about that, keeper like.
Should have saved it. That's it, Theo. Play on the
There you
outside
go.
shoulders of him.
Brilliant movement there, Leon.
Corner.
Leon, brilliant movement, but then you need to get in front of him to then ride the tackle.
Now move it. Now move it. Draw them and then move. Right, now you move, Jacob. Come on, now you move.
What do you see, Freddie?
That's
Freddie, what do you
it.
see?
That's it. Good. Good.
Yeah, brilliant you.
Play on.
Go on, keep on playing. What do you see? Brilliant, unlucky little fella.
Great try.
In you come. As you're developing, learning more about all these tactical parts of the game is really important. So it might start off in here. We've looked at a low block, where you let the team come to you and you stop the space behind you. And then we've let you go on a free press. Learning the advantages and disadvantages of both, because they're not perfect neither. Nothing tactically is. To be able to do that more, when you watch football, you've got to watch away from the ball. And the best place to do that is watching live football. Now, we can't all get to St James's to watch a game because there's no seats. Some of us might get lucky to see a few games a season. But you can go and watch any football anywhere, even your own age groups, but watch away from the ball. Because if you watch away from the ball, you're seeing what's happening in the big game, the big picture. So I'm watching when the ball's high up the pitch, where's the centre-backs? When the goalkeeper's got the ball, what's the centre forward doing? If the centre forward drops in, how does that affect the wingers? But that'll allow you to then have better understanding of the game and have the pictures in your head. So then when you start to play, you've got those pictures, you understand, all right, that we shouted to them mid-game and went, change 1 and 2 in midfield, not 2 and 1. Got it. Because they understand the game. But you have to learn that.